Good YouTube, it's your boy P Money. So I had to come and talk about this situation regarding Robert Sarver, the owner of the Phoenix Suns, because it's very, very disappointing. The commissioner, Adam Silver, and the NBA really dropped the ball on this whole entire situation, in my opinion. Now, Robert Sarver has been shown to be a person who likes to use the N-word in the workforce. And that's what I'm going to focus on the most out of everything. Now, what he did to women and other, like bullying some of the other workers under him is very despicable as well. But me being a black man, seeing this, I'm going to focus solely on the racism part, you know what I'm saying? Because that in itself is always a huge issue around America and around the world, you know what I'm saying? They always want to try and dismiss that, you know? So according to multiple reports, Robert Sarver gets his punishment from the NBA, which is him being suspended for 1 year, and he has to pay a $10 million fine. For me, I feel the NBA looks very horrible with this because, for one, when Donald Sterling did his heinous acts of racism in the NBA was acted swiftly and got him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? They forced him to get out of ownership. You know, the NBA didn't want to be associated with him. But in this instance, you know, like, to me, it feels like the NBA and Adam Silver are trying to cover for Sarver's actions by downplaying the acts that he committed. But it's clear that they only gave him a slap on the wrist, but also came out with a statement saying that the Robert Sarver and Donald Sterling incidences are dramatically different, as you can see in this article right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the words of Adam Silver, you know? And he's also said that Sarver did not use the N-word with racist intent. How would you know how Robert Sarver used the N-word? For me, personally, as a black man, anytime a white person uses the N-word, I don't care what type of, if it's like in a joking manner or anything, 100% of the time, it's with racist intent. You know? Robert Sarver is a guy who's a multi-millionaire. Like, they love saying that type of stuff, right? So he has all this authority over people. So the fact that he's saying this, along with the other things that he was doing, is just proof that this dude needs to go, man. He really needs to go. He needs to get up out of there. Phoenix is looking bad right now. I seen that the mayor and the city council have come out, and I want to go to that right now and read their statement from the city council and the mayor, who is Mayor Katie Gallego. So, like this says, like many others in our community, we are appalled by the actions substantiated in the NBA's independent investigation into Phoenix Suns managing partner, Robert Sarver. We are extremely disappointed to learn of the awful actions that were allowed to take place within the organization and the lack of organizational safeguards to protect the victims of these acts and hold their perpetrators accountable. Over the years, elected officials who serve the city of Phoenix have taken direct actions to create a safe and welcoming environment for all Phoenicians. Within our city, actions of discrimination and hate based on a person's race, color, religion, gender identity, national origin, age, marital status, sexual orientation, or disability are unacceptable, intolerable, and unlawful. The Phoenix Suns are known by millions of people around the world and represent our city and region to a large and loyal fan base. It is unacceptable for the organization's leadership to be associated in any way with the despicable actions detailed in the report. We are equally concerned about a culture that would enable these actions to occur time and again with, at most, ineffective disciplinary action. We have asked city staff to investigate any actions we, as leaders of the city of Phoenix, can take in light of the details substantiated in the report. The actions as outlined in this report do not represent the values of this city. We call on the NBA to take actions required to ensure this behavior is stopped and to reform the culture that allowed these actions to occur. And I have to agree with everything that the city of Phoenix, the mayor, and the city council said in this statement. You know, like, this doesn't need to be something that's just tried to sweep under the rug. Like, oh, he could still be a part of the NBA. You know what I mean? No, he should not be a part of the NBA. He should get the same treatment that Donald Sterling got. When you want to be a racist, when you want to be like treating women unfairly, and doing the bullying and all that, and doing all the other nasty, disgusting stuff that I don't even want to talk about in this. It's just disgraceful. Like, this man disgraced himself, man, literally. And it's not a good look for the NBA to keep this dude in a leadership position over people, you know, in the Phoenix Suns organization. Now, there's another article that I wanted to get into. And that was the Phoenix Suns minority owner calls for Sarver's resignation. And I agree with this. So I want to see if they have, that's the minority owner right there. And here's some of his statements that I wanted to read. The fact that Robert Sarver owns the team does not give him a license to treat others differently than any other leader. The fact that anyone would find him fit to lead because of his ownership position is forgetting that NBA teams belong to the communities they serve. I cannot in good judgment sit back and allow our children and future generations of fans to think that this behavior is tolerated because of wealth and privilege. Therefore, in accordance with my commitment to helping eradicate any form of racism, sexism, and bias, as vice chairman of the Phoenix Suns, I am calling for the resignation of Robert Sarver. You know, like, as you can see, the NBA investigated this for so long, so many months. And the reason why I feel that they did this, because clearly they just felt like, oh, after a little bit of time passes, everybody will just, you know, they won't care anymore. No, people care, man. Like, actions, like holding this dude accountable for his actions needs to take place. And what the NBA did is not holding this man accountable. You know? He did not. This is a slap on the wrist that people are fed up with seeing, man. Like, if people, like, say black people, for instance, if they do something, they're held accountable, right? All the time. So if this dude commits these types of acts and only gets a slap on the wrist, can that not be privilege? You know, does that not equal privilege? Because this is what it's showing. It's showing right in our face. Like, there's another instance where Donald Sterling, he did what he did over video. He said what he said, and he was fired. He was done. He had to give up the team. You know? Why is this man not being held accountable the same way? You can't just pick and choose how you treat one and not treat all the same way. You know what I'm saying? You did that for Donald Sterling. That same energy needs to be held for Robert Sarver. You know what I'm saying? And right now, like, I wanted to go to the Suns game against the Blazers, but I'm not paying my money for that, man. If this dude is still the owner of the Suns, I'm not gonna help support them. I'm not gonna support them. I'm not putting my money into the Phoenix Suns organization. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not cool. That's how I'm gonna stand. You know what I'm saying? But This stuff right here, man, this is exactly the problem in America right now. You know, trying to get over on the people. Like, oh, they don't care anymore. No, I care. I know there's many fans, because after this happened, there's many fans that came out and had problems. So much so that the Phoenix mayor and city council came out. The vice chairman came out. You know what I'm saying? So this needs to be fixed immediately, man, because this is not okay. This is a slap on the NBA. Very much so. They need to get that dude up out of there. Get somebody else to own the Suns, man. Just like they did with the Clippers, the Phoenix Suns need that same energy. You know what I'm saying? The NBA needs to hold this man accountable for his actions. But I don't have too much else on this one. This is your boy P Money. Tell me what you guys think, and I'm off this.